Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. So what a crazy day yesterday was. Massive move up, massive move down, and net result is we've ended up with an 8-hour range bar, and until the highs and lows of yesterday get taken out, we are ranging. So that's kind of the moral of the story. Now, we'll look at it on the lower time frames now, but for me at the moment, look how close these moving averages are coming together, and then we still got the 150 EMA that's also coming closer to price at the moment. So still an uptrend, oscillators all over the place, so there's no clear direction or indication of what's going to happen there. The only indication that you do have is that you've got the highs and lows of yesterday, which seem to be your levels, and you can see there's my range bar right there. And if I'm right, I think a daily would have also been, well, not quite a range bar, more of a little bit more of a pin bar than anything else. However, look at the daily oscillators, how they are separating at the moment. So this was a strong move up. 2 months of strong move. So you can see November and December, strong move up. Going into the Christmas period, we dropped into this range. And now what we have is a separation of the oscillators that eased off ever so slightly. And when they do this, it could very well be an indication of continuation to the upside. So that's kind of my long-term view at the moment, is still continuation to the upside, but we need to look for structure. Right, when we drop to the 3-hour and you hit that like button, you'll see the confusion that we had. So we started off the morning with a fairly decent long, as expected. Didn't bounce off any structure though, so that was kind of muted. And then we ended up with a massive engulfing bar, and then we got a pin bar off the bottom. So bearish structure, a little bit of bullish structure here off the bottom. So it just shows you the two levels that we need to pay attention to are very much 16,663 to the downside and 16,983 to the upside. Now, when we get down to the hour, it just highlights the confusion even more. But the important thing here is we now have a crossover of the moving averages and prices below the 150. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's the start of a downtrend. You can see it happened last week as well, but I suppose low volumes would have indicated that there's a range. But at the moment, looking at oscillators at the moment, no real direction. Nice juicy inside bar off the bottom here. I just want to look left just to see, well, there's a lot of interaction at this area. So lots of interaction here at 16,663. I'm not convinced there's a long or a short there at the moment. Let's just get to the 15 minute and have a look. So 15 minutes, look at how strong this move to the upside was. Then you get the strong move to the downside. I mean, there's just no break and retest of any structure, and that's always a recipe for disaster. So at the moment on the 15 minute we are below the moving averages as well. So oscillator's not giving us any indication of what's going on. I'm kind of neutral at the moment. I think definitely probably sitting on the side, sitting on my hands at the moment. I'd want to see a break of the 16,663. It's too, so I'm going to look at the 2-hour here. There's too much going on there if you look at this. So if we're looking for a short setup, there's way too much going on there that's going to catch us out. So I'm not too keen on that. And we come back the 15 minute, I'm not too keen on any longs, although we do have a fairly solid bit of structure here at 16,800. So for me, I'd want to break to the upside and a retest of 16,800 for a long. that's kind of what I'd be looking at. Any touch of 16,663, I'm going to want a lot of confirmation before I jump in long. There's been a couple of tests at that level already, and we've got moving averages crossing over. So it could turn out to be a range break to the downside. But for that to happen, I'd want price to get below 16,663, come back, reject it, and then start rolling before I start looking for that short. So for me, the trend is to the upside. Okay, what we mean by that is, if you look at the 8 hour, you look at the daily, trend is very much to the upside. We are ranging at the moment. So the next logical step is a break of the high of yesterday and a retest, and then we continue our journey to the upside. So that's pretty much the textbook structure, right? But it can also be a double top. So if you look at the weekly, that could be a weekly double top that is brewing. And even then, look at the weekly structure below. I'm going to put 2 in. So we've got a zone below us of 16,543 and 16,342, which would also offer a lot of support. So yeah, I'm kind of sitting on the fence at the moment. I think you can probably read into that at the moment. If we only short that's going to get me really interested is a break and retest of 16,663. If we don't break and retest that, I'm not interested in it. Longs are going to be above 16,800. I want to break and retest of that, and then I'll be looking at the top of the range here at 16,983. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Until this range sorts itself out, I think it's probably safer just to keep your money in your pocket. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.